All right, Rockport-Fulton, America, welcome in to make sure I get this right as we've changed it here for 2025, to the Rockport-Fulton Sports Podcast on the Pirates Cove Sports Network. This is the coaches show, so kicking off the new year 2025. Appreciate you joining us. We got a special guest that will be coming to you each and every week. Athletic Director, Head Football Coach Eric Soza. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me again.
Thanks for being a part. Like you just said before we kick this off, year two. It's lucky to get to do this again.
Absolutely. No, it's been a whirlwind of about 15 months, but the growth that we've had as a program, as a staff, as students, as the student athletes, as a district, I think as a whole, I think we're in a really really good place here in Rockport Fulton.
Yeah, it feels good. We talked about the momentum that was building last year. You can still feel it carrying over to this year. A lot of excitement. A great year. 2024 was a great year for Rockport Fulton. Be a Rockport Fulton student athlete here, and big things ahead. As we jump into the podcast, I want to touch on before we move into 2025 because obviously it's here. It's crazy. Week one for football's around the
Hmm.
corner here, but
Yep.
let's jump in and talk a little bit about 2024. Brand new first year as athletic director, head
Yep.
coach. Talk a little bit about what your experience was, if you don't mind. Not to put you on the spot,
No,
buddy.
yeah, it's fine. Um, well, you don't know what you don't know, right? The first year, it kind of blends in with everything, but the beauty of it is that I have a great coaching staff that has been there, done that, very experienced coaching staff. They made the transition for the first year being an athletic director really, really easy. But I think on top of that, the student athletes helped quite a bit because they were a yes sir, no sir type of both on the boys side and the girls side. And so whenever you're working with kids like that, it's really easy to implement things to possibly change the culture, the way that I want this program to be ran. And then with that, the parents bought in. They understood that we're going to expect really big things from them, really high standards, and so the parents they did a great job of just trusting us. And then last but not least, just the administration, the staff, the students, and just everybody that is associated with Rockport Fulton Independent School District made it just such an easy transition. And now we're kind of full steam ahead for year two. And everybody kind of understands what the systems are in place, the policies are in place, and now we don't have to worry about the little things. We can start worrying more about the big things and winning championships on the courts and in the classrooms.
For sure. It's awesome. A lot of success in 2024. It was fun. It was fun to watch,
Hmm.
fun to be a part of. And but like they say, great with success comes great expectations, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
So does that change anything philosophically or what you're trying to do with 2025? For I guess what would be phase two, year
Yeah.
two? What?
Absolutely not, because we have a standard, and that standard is the standard, and that's kind of like the motto for a lot of schools right now. But it's the truth. Just because now we didn't go 2-8 last year, we went 7-5 this year in football does not mean that we're going to change much. The expectation is the expectation, and we're going to hold kids accountable. We've had many talks with our kids over the last 2 weeks of making sure that we don't kind of fall into that little lull of, hey, we had success and then now we can just be complacent, because now it's time to step it up a little bit more. And I know with the football team, we big talks with that over the last 3 weeks of every single day is an opportunity. Every single day is an opportunity to get better, to get worse. And it's up to you and your attitude and your effort on what it's going to be about. So goals haven't changed. We're still trying to be 1-0 at the end of each week for us. Volleyball 2-0 at the end of each week, every week. And if we do come up short, then we'll figure out ways what happened with our shortcomings, and we'll try to get better the next week.
Outstanding. Well, I mean, listen, the buy-in's there. It's obvious. A lot of community support. Sitting in the
Hmm.
stands watching games, people are excited.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to more of it here in 2025.
yeah.
So, so that being said, talking about 2025, anything new, anything changed with your staff, with things like that?
Yeah, so you always have a little bit of staff leave here and leave there. We had a couple of coaches that left for promotion. Some of them left the business, unfortunately, but we do have some new faces on the boys' side, girls' side, and in the middle school staff as well. So, but every single year, I think that what we have is probably the best in the state of Texas. And again, this year has no different right now. We kind of revamped a little bit on the middle school girls side. They got unfortunately, it's hard to keep women coaches nowadays because one, they're mothers. Two, it's a lot of time commitment, and we lost a couple of them last year. But we got a really good group, good core of them this year with Coach West. I mean, it's funny because with Coach West, Amy West, she's here at the middle school. She's been with the school district for quite a while. She was at Fulton, and then we she's actually in the program of getting her certificate through the school district. And so when talking with central office, they were like, "Hey, this would be a great opportunity," and that's something that as a school district we want to be able to promote. We want to be able to build and grow our own, and she is a prime example right now. And I've had an opportunity to see her in action. She actually coached my daughter in volleyball, and seeing the way that she deals with the girls. And I think that middle school program is really going to be in good hands with her on the staff. And obviously, it's not just her; it's with all the girl coaches there. But on top of that, we got another Coach Dacey. He's helping us at the middle school football program. Whitney Swinford took over the head girls basketball position, and then we have some other assistant coaches on the boys side. And it's a great time here at Rockport-Fulton Independent School District because we got really great coaches, really great teachers, and that they're here to dive into our kids' lives. And one thing that I am a true believer in, that's why I'm an athletic director, is that I think extracurricular activities and sports in general can reach a lot of kids to teach them the basics of perseverance, adversity, and how to deal with those things in your life. And in every sport that we talk about, it's gonna be it relates so much to your life, and our kids have that opportunity. And our coaching staff is the one person that can affect these kids um, multiple times in a day. And so I'm very excited about our coaching staff and really excited about what they can bring to the table for our kids here at RF.
For sure. I mean, the commitment that's required, all that, the hard work, the effort, the work-life balance challenges.
Yeah,
Look, we appreciate what you guys do and that your team does.
yeah,
It's great to see, and it's obviously had an immediate impact here
yeah,
so far. So much more great things to come. Super excited about that. As far as school's back, which is crazy, it's already back. Summer's over.
yeah. It was quick.
It did. I think it's the fastest summer of my life. But exciting time. School's back. Athletics are up and running in all kinds of areas. We've had scrimmages for football, volleyball's going. You mentioned. Can you talk a little about where we're at with some of those sports before
Yeah,
we dive into football?
yeah. So, I mean, I'll start with cross country because those kids I don't think had a summer. They've been working with Coach Blue, Coach Thompson. Cross country doesn't really have a set start date, so they can start all throughout the summer. And those kids are unbelievable. They show up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They get all their running in, and then we have one individual, Carlos Nichols. He's a varsity cross country runner. He also plays football, and once he finishes cross country, he hustles inside, puts on football pads, and then he's right it back out there. And so I always tell them I was never tough enough to do that. I just said, hey, I'm a football player, and I didn't have to do that. But um, Coach Blue and Coach Thompson, they do a really good job. I know Coach Thompson, he's getting his basketball guys out there. They're working out right now. So um, just super excited about them. They actually just did a fundraiser to help fund a trip. It's called the Hoka Invitational, which they're going to be able to see some of the top runners in the state of Texas. So they're excited for that. That's in a few weeks. But cross country, their workouts are unbelievable, and so I know they're going to do really good things there. Volleyball's off to a really good start with Coach Clark. They had a tough game last night at TM, but they're showing very good promise. That we've got a really good core group of girls. And it's not just senior heavy. We got girls that are sophomores, juniors, and seniors participating, and really being good contributors to that team. So district will start in a few weeks, and we're super excited. Hopefully we can get a couple more home games. We had I think one home game last week, but then we're going to have some more in the few coming weeks. Lastly, tennis. The team tennis is going on right now, which is a little bit different than spring tennis. But Coach Scriven and Coach Banham are doing a really good job there. We have a JV tennis at Callan this actually tomorrow, and then or varsity tennis. I'm sorry, varsity tennis this weekend. They're kind of doing a little double whammy at Callan, and then going over to Vets. So they're hitting a lot of opportunities. And last year we went 3 rounds deep with that program. Hopefully we can see that get into the fourth and in the fifth round there.
I like it.
Yeah.
So a lot going on. Good stuff for Rockport-Fulton athletics. Uh, as we kick this year off, it's this is my favorite time of year. I say it during every podcast. Football season's here.
Yep.
I'm sure you love it as well. I mean, it's what you do, so of course.
Yes, sir.
But 2025 kicking off. You guys have had 2 scrimmages, Ray and then West Oso. If
Mhm.
you don't mind, let's dive into football. Let's talk a little bit about those scrimmages, and then we're going to touch on Orange Grove
Yep.
and then talk about the district.
Okay. A couple weeks ago, we went to Ray at Buck Stadium. Performed really well, I thought. Offense, defense. That's really all we really did. We didn't do special teams much, but defense is going to be our strong suit this year. We're returning a lot of our front seven. We were really pleased with the way that they dominated the line of scrimmage, but there are things that we found that they needed to do a little bit better at. In the secondary, we were trying to replace some holes that were left by Trevor, by Peyton, by Dawson. I mean, that was going to be a tough role to find. So we used these past 3 weeks to find those roles. I think we found some people to be able to take those roles in. And but Ray, it was a good defensive showing. Our offense kind of moved the ball. We were able to do some things that we were able to do. Last week was a little different story, but it was, and it is what it is. Our defense still did really well. I will say, at any point in time, offense wins games, but defense are going to win championships. So if we're going to struggle on offense, then if our defense is playing well, then they're going to give us an opportunity. And at the end of the day, the offense that we run, it takes a little bit of time to get into a rhythm. Um, we'd rather not take a lot of time, but it also gives us a chance as well. If all we did was spread out and run four wide, then we're running what 80% of all schools in this area are run. So it gives us a chance. We have the athletes to be able to do it, and we're going to look. We're looking forward to Friday. That's for sure. We have a little chip on our shoulder because West Oso, their front, the front six, they kind of got after us a little bit, but they showed us some things that we weren't prepared for. But at the same time, it was a scrimmage. What I tell our boys, it's a glorified practice. We're not going to have a win or a loss, so we're going to go and we didn't scheme against them. We just went out there and we played hard. And I think at the end of the day, we ended up winning the scrimmage, quote unquote, if you can. But it wasn't as dominant as what I wanted it to be. But it doesn't count as anything, and it's just another practice. We were able to watch film, make the corrections, and then hopefully not make those same mistakes.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
When the race scrimmage you guys came out, I mean, the execution level was so clean for the very first scrimmage. Like, oh my gosh, these guys are.
Yeah,
It was on point.
boys are ready to play. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. They were excited to hit somebody else.
Yep.
But looking at West Oso was fairly quick. I think quicker than what we
Mm-hmm.
thought. But you guys did adjust. We did shut them out. Defense played great.
Oh, yeah.
Again, you can't win a scrimmage, but at the same time, touchdowns are scored or not scored, and
Mm-hmm.
so but lot to be excited about heading into week 1 against Orange Grove.
Absolutely.
Before I talk about Orange Grove, you did mention Trevor and the senior class, Sean Howell, that group.
Yep.
You lost a lot of great seniors in leadership. Obviously, you can't replace a Trevor, so you gotta talk a little bit about what goes into something like that, if you don't mind.
I mean, unfortunately, we were trying to replace him in December 1, right after Thanksgiving. We let them speak to the team one last time, and then it was on to who's going to be wearing number 7 next year, who's wearing number 5 next year, and so that's just that's what we do. That's what has to happen. Unfortunately, I wish we could have Trevor and Dawson and Peyton and Sean and all those guys, Austin Broder and Zach Shaw. I wish all those guys can come back again. I wish we could redshirt them, but we can't. They're on to bigger and better things right now, and it's the next man up mentality.
No college football seventh years.
Unfortunately, not at the high school level. Everything else is kind of trickling down with all the different rule changes, but not the extra extra eligibility.
For sure. So obviously the Pirates travel this week to Orange Grove for week one. Similar stories as far as Coach Johnson, second year in his program, what he's trying to implement your second year here. Talk a little bit about what we can expect to see from Orange Grove.
Well, so last year they had a really good quarterback, one of the top in South Texas. Unfortunately, he got hurt middle of the year. So then his brother, who was the receiver, number 12, he took over for half the year. He ended up being a really good athlete. We knew he was going to be a stud this year. He made a lot of plays on defense. He was a two-way player, and so we know he's going to be he's a tough son of a gun. He is their quarterback this year. They got a running back that was a freshman last year that he housed a kickoff against us. He is the running back this year, so they got some big weapons returning. I think in the two scrimmages, 16 different athletes touched the ball.
Wow.
So they spread the ball. They were very balanced, whether that be run or pass. It's just they spread the ball out. They are when they're running the ball, it's either going to be split divide or it's going to be like a buck sweep, wing tee type of offense, along with some jet sweep types of deals. But they like to throw it. They got some really big O linemen that when they put their hands on you, then you might be done for. And but their offense is really good. They've had a whole nother year under Coach Johnson and that staff, kind of like us. We feel more confident as an offense. They feel more confident as an offense too, and it's gonna be a dogfight. They've had a lot of success in the past. They have a really hard district with London, with Edna, with Goliad, Mathis, Westos. I mean, that's a big district, but it's a very competitive district. They made the playoffs last year. They went 2 rounds deep. They have some winners, and baseball team went all the way to the state tournament, and so they know how to win there. And that's something that is a taught skill. It is a learned skill, and so going in there on Friday, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a different environment. It's going to be hot, humid, muggy. It's going to be one of those things where whoever makes the least mistakes is going to end up winning that game. And so we've got to make sure that we focus on ourselves and not necessarily what they're doing, but hey, just focus on what we're doing and execute it to the best of our ability.
For sure. One of the things too, playing at Orange Grove, we're going to be playing on grass, which is weird to say because it was rare to play on turf previously. Now it's rare to play on grass. But does that present any challenges that impacting that at all?
I mean, it's not turf, right? And we practiced on grass yesterday. Luckily, we have areas that we can practice, and our kids loved it. They love the softness of the ground. They love to be able to cutting on it, and to me, we kind of as coaches, we just kind of sold it to them. Like, hey, this is how football was meant to be played, right? And until 2 years ago, this is how we played football here at Rockport. So it is what it is. You're going to have to be wary of your footing. It's not as great as turf, and the field is great. Hey, if it rains, the rain is our friend, right? We're gonna play in the mud. We're powerhouse football, or just let's do it, right? Our offense is meant for that. Our defense is swarming. Our defense is very attacking, and so whatever the conditions are. I know Coach Black, he kind of said yesterday, we'll play them on turf, on grass, on the beach, on the concrete, whatever it might be. And that's the mentality that we have to have. If we're gonna have the excuse that we lose or win because of grass, then we're not mentally tough enough to be able to execute what we're supposed to do. So
I'm pretty confident that won't be the issue at all. So should be fun. Kickoff is what, 7 p.m.?
7 p.m. Yes.
7 p.m. at Orange Grove. We invite you out, obviously, but if you can't make the game, You can catch it live as always, as we'll be streaming on the Pirates Cove Sports Network. There'll be a link to YouTube from the Facebook page. We ask you to join us there. It should be a lot of fun. Be bringing you all the games again this year, and then continuing our coverage of all Rockport-Fulton athletics and sports here at on the Pirates Cove Sports Network. So that being said, obviously pre-district, getting ready for district, want to have a playoff run, talked about success. Uh, should be a competitive 2025 district this year. It's looking to shape out. So should be fun. Talk a little bit about the district that we play in here at 15-4A Division 2.
Yeah, so obviously our district hasn't changed yet. This is the last year of the realignment. We still have Cuero, Ingleside, Robstown, and Sinton. And they're all solid teams. I know Robstown struggled last year a little bit, but Coach Crowley over there, he's the new head coach over there. Coach Perry is now the just the AD, so they got a head coach, and his son is a really really good quarterback, and so we're again, there is no slops in our district. All 5 teams I think can win on any given night. I think right now Sinton has the number one spot as people predict, and rightfully so. They're the district champ. They're the reigning district champ. So in order to be a district champ, you gotta beat those guys, right? I think Cuero is going to be really really good. They return a lot. They got their quarterback back. They got their really good receiver back, and then a lot of their defensive guys too. So it's gonna be challenging. I know Coach Chrisman over in Ingleside, he lost a lot last year. He was rebuilding, but he gets them all coached up really well. And every single game is going to be a dogfight. You have to prepare. You have to get ready, and because anybody can beat anybody in this league.
For sure. It should be a fun year. Obviously, we ask you to join us all season long. Come out and support the Rockport Fulton Pirates in any sport, whether that's football on Friday night or
Mm-hmm.
volleyball, basketball, as we get into those seasons as well, track, cross country, because those guys are the ultra committed athletes. It's
Oh yeah.
unbelievable. But we ask that you continue to join us. There'll be a few changes though this year as we do this. There'll be a change in the box. Calling the games will be Gabriel Trevino, and then Ethan Walker will be doing play-by-play this year. So Rick and Rob Walker and myself, we won't be in the booth this year. It'll be a different crew, but we will be at the games and we will be continuing to do the podcast. We'll continue to do this coaches show, and as we do the coaches show, one other change that comes along with that, we're going to be featuring student athletes each week. Try to showcase the best and brightest of Rockport Fulton athletics that we have to offer. We want to showcase that. That's the big reason for doing what it is that we do here. We want to represent Rockport Fulton well. We want to represent the program well, and we want to represent the student athletes, and we do that best by bringing them to you. So continue to ask for your support in that by asking for sponsorship. You can sponsor these podcasts. You can also sponsor the live stream broadcast that we bring you. Sponsorship has actually come down this year in an effort to get more sponsors. We definitely need more sponsors. So I'm reaching out as we wrap up this podcast to ask for and request sponsorship. If any way you can help out, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, just to echo that, the things that y'all do for our student athletes, for our coaches, for our program, thank you very much. And again, if you have the opportunity to, please sponsor, please be give whatever you can, because this all really goes back to the student athletes. The amount of money that y'all were able to give us last year, thank you so much. It helped be able to purchase new athletic gear for our athletic periods, and that's not just football kids. That is from every single kid that is in the athletic period. We try to outfit them so that we're all in uniform. We all look the same, and the money that y'all were able to give us that helped purchase those things. So thank you. But it doesn't just come from just 1 or 2 sponsors. We got to be able to have everybody so that we can show every single game and build this production to not just football, not just soccer, but to every single sport across the board.
For sure, and we're growing that. Appreciate that, by the way. We're growing it every way we can. The more sponsorship we get, the faster that we can grow this. But again, all the revenue goes to add to the broadcasting. We at least stream most athletic events, and we try to broadcast them everywhere we can. The more sponsorship we can allows us to broadcast them and have a team to call the games and feature athletes, do that type of thing. But again, we're going to stream everything we can to bring you Rockport Fulton athletics on the Pirates Cove Sports Network. So With that, that wraps up our show. Unless you've got anything you want to close with.
Sir, I'm excited, and thank you again for having me for another year.
Yeah, same here. It's good to be back. It's the best time of year, and go Pirates!
Go Pirates!
See us. Join us 7 p.m. Friday night as we bring it to you live, Orange Grove. Thank you. Have a good night.